In fact, he's the vice president of the Oathkeepers. His name is Elias Alias. I hope I pronounced that right. Please welcome him.
Missouri? The name's Elias Alias. It's got a funny ring to it that way. It's not the name my parents gave me. I kind of put it together when I found a computer and got online, found out how crazy the world really is. I thought I better change my name and get with it. I'm down here from Montana Oathkeepers. I'm a member of the board of directors with Oathkeepers. I'm also the editor of the national website for Oathkeepers. I live, sleep, eat, and do everything with the four Oathkeepers. But today I'm out here to talk about not only Oathkeepers, but a wonderful movie that's being made. Let me ask in the back there, the technical guys, do you have that little 4-minute clip ready to go? Who's got our camera situation back there? It's a big room. Hello, camera guy. What? Hello? Mom? Mom, I'm at a meeting. I know, Mom, but I'm really kind of busy right now. There's some people kind of waiting on me. Can I talk to you later? I know, I'm glad to hear that, Mom. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, ma'am, I'm wearing my coat. Everything's good. Mom, let me call you later, please. Yes, ma'am, thank you for praying for me. My mother's been praying for me since I quit college in 1965 and went to Vietnam. I wear this hat sometimes to remind me why I got so crazy. Wow. I hope I don't spit on this thing. All right, we only have a couple of minutes, but if we get this film ready to go, I would like the lights off a little bit so these screens, whichever screen is going to show this, it can be seen better. While we're getting that together, I will just tell you all, Ron Paul is a constitutional-minded guy. Pastor Chuck Baldwin is the chaplain for Oathkeepers National. He's a Southern Baptist minister. We have also a former board member named Lieutenant Commander David R. Gilley, who's the only man I've ever met, a graduate of the Naval War College, who can recite from memory the entire U.S. Constitution. These guys and Sheriff Matt are going to be in this movie I'm talking about. The name of the movie is Molan Love. Come and take them. We're not giving up our guns. We're not giving up our guns. Any law that asks us to is not pursuant to the Constitution. Thank you. It's wonderful, Missouri, to be in good company. I feel right at home, even though I had to travel almost 2,000 miles through enemy territory to get here from Montana. And thank y'all for making me feel good. The movie itself is based on a book called sword and sovereignty by a man who holds 4 degrees from Harvard University. We call him a 4 times recovering Harvard graduate. Is a 2,000-page manual of the history of the militia. Everybody knows the second half of the Second Amendment says we don't have to give up our guns. But the first half of the Second Amendment ties in the fact that our guns are necessary as mandated in 3 different places in the body of the Constitution, not just the Second Amendment. If the federal executive were to call forth the militia, and the militia didn't have any guns, what would be the purpose of calling forth the militia? We're supposed to be armed. It's a duty to be armed. And this movie is about that part of the Second Amendment. The militia of the several states. And I'll ask a question. I bet every one of y'all know it. Who signed the U.S. Constitution after all the states' delegates signed the Constitution? Who signed that document on behalf of the federal government? You're right, nobody. The federal government is not a party to that compact. Nobody signed that paper for the federal government. The states created the federal government. The states retain unalienable rights and sovereignty, into which, as Sheriff Mack will point out, through his Mack Prince versus USA Supreme Court victory, as written by Justice Scalia, the states have areas of sovereignty into which the federal government cannot incur. Y'all don't know that. I'm not going to take up any more of your time except for one thing. And hopefully we'll get this movie thing going. If not, forgive us. And we're going to do the most important thing I want to do with you today. Oathkeepers is law enforcement, peace officers we call them. We're firefighters, we're military, and we are veterans. We are also like-minded citizens who are happy to support all who took that oath and then will defend the Constitution on their sacred honor. Like-minded citizens who support peace officers, who support honest soldiers, who support firefighters and veterans. That's what Oathkeepers, our target is those people. And we teach them the oath of office is required by the Constitution of Article 6. It is meant for a solemn and moral obligation. It is a sacred obligation. It's from the heart, it's in the soul, it permeates the mind, and it is everything a man and a woman can or should stand for what is right in life in this world. So Oathkeepers has little events now and then around the country, and we offer everybody who's here, anybody who has taken this oath before, in the military, law enforcement, you can stand and renew your oath. And anybody who has never taken an oath can stand and take that oath today. We call it the Oathkeepers Oath Ceremony. There's nothing to it. I'm going to read you the oath, just a little quick read, and then we'll stand. Everybody that wants to do this, that wants to exercise a sacred obligation to this Constitution, to this country, America, to the family way of life, to God's own way of living as decent, honorable, respectable people and free people. We'll stand up and take this oath and give our vow to it. So the oath itself is that I, Elias Alias, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, pledging my life, my fortune, and my sacred honor, so help me God. If you want to stand and take that oath and mean it in your heart and live it in your daily life, and help Oathkeepers and Sheriff Mack and all of these groups that are around here, and many other groups that are not represented here, an American movement for liberty, for honor, for personal responsibility, for morality, for reclaiming our heritage as the best nation of free people ever in history. Let's take that up. When I say I, you will say your name. So raise your hands. I, Elias Alias, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. Pledging my life, my fortune, and my sacred honor. So help me God. Thank you, oath takers. May, with God's blessing, you all become oath keepers. And thank you for having an old veteran from Montana down here today to speak with you and to get a chance to feel the sincerity that's in this room.